Skirt Talk. I am Lady Shades.
I'm Bianca, Lady B.
I'm Angela, Lady A. Hey, Chris.
And yes, we have a special guest, Chris, today. Go ahead, Chris, and introduce yourself.
Hey, my name's Chris Foulkes. I'm the owner of 3 Liberty Tax locations in Phoenix, Arizona. So thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
All right, so we're going to be going into asking him, questions about taxes and everything. And I do have, I don't have a real particular special drink of the day, but we're supposed to do our drinks of the day. So what I have is this water, but I have, what is it called? Emergency in it. So trying to stay healthy and trying to not get the COVID. So been around my daughter, she had got it and then stuff. So I'm just trying to stay safe and not get it. Mine was negative, so trying to keep it that way. So emergency it is that I'm drinking on. Ladies, you got anything
Nice.
you're drinking on?
Malibu, what? Turn up.
Is it are you mixing it with something or?
With Dr. Pepper and ice. Amen.
Okay.
Oops, sorry about that, y'all. All right, what you got, Lady A?
So I just have a Thirst Buster from, is it called Thirst Buster anymore? A Polar Pop from Circle K with Dr. Pepper in it. I wish I had something else with it, but not today.
And we do have a few people joining us. We have Jesus says, "Hey y'all, it's Serena from Ross. LOL. I don't know if you remember me."
Hi,
Yes, I do, Serena. Yes. Hey, thanks for tuning in.
Aww.
And then Tiara said, "Mom, LMAO, girl, just drinking."
That's my child. That's my child.
So ladies, if you haven't shared it to your Facebook page, go ahead and share. And then we'll go ahead and start with Chris. Lady B, do you want to start with questions or?
Well, today we're going to be talking about taxes. So if you guys have any questions about your taxes, post them in the comment section. And Chris is the expert, as you know, and he's going to be answering all your questions. I'm just going to sit back. I got a business, so I need help with my business stuff.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun today.
CPA.
Yeah.
I gotta organize for real this year. That's one of my things for this year is to get everything organized and its own books because I'm all over the place right now. So let me hear what the questions are. I'm probably gonna tag team on them, but mine's is more business, so I'll wait.
I have a couple questions, Chris, in regards to this whole stimulus stuff that we're getting. Is that going to affect us when we do file our taxes, stuff like that? I'm sure a lot of people may have questions like that. So
That's a good question.
That is.
That's the one on everybody's mind right now. How many people do we have in here? How many people? I can't see anything right now. I'm sorry.
Right. I'm not sure right now. Did you try your laptop again? Because it will have questions like people may ask questions where you can see it. I don't know if you can see
Yeah, I
it on
can't
your
even
phone.
see it. So I'm gonna need somebody to if somebody posts up some questions in the chat box, somebody else can read it off to me. But yeah, I tried the laptop, it wasn't working again. But yeah, I'll break down the whole stimulus right now. Is that what you guys want to talk about real quick?
Yeah, let's talk.
Yes, give me
All right. So
2
look.
seconds so I can make sure our IG is on.
Yeah. That on.
Okay. So while you check on that, I'll tell you my drink of the day real quick.
Okay. Hey, look at you coming already.
So look.
Joining in.
It sounds crazy, but like I do this daily drink, right? It's a herbal tea, but I mix it with emergency, right? And I mix it with apple vinegar, and I throw some lemon juice in there, and top it off with like honey, natural honey.
Hey.
But I drink that every day. I don't know, we got all this stuff going on, so like I drink that every day, and it keeps me kind of healthy. Keeps
Yeah.
my energy levels up, the zinc and all that stuff.
Hey, I love
Does
it.
it have
Both of them.
any
Somebody
special
put that
benefits?
in there. Put
Oh,
that in.
a whole lot of benefits. I mean, some of that, we need we need the acid that we get in the lemon juice and all that other stuff, and then the vitamin C. You got the vitamin C coming from the emergency. You got the tea. I mean, all that stuff is
Mhm.
just, and then make sure it's nice and warm too.
That's it.
Nice.
That is
Yeah.
That's
awesome. I love
awesome.
it.
So, you got the IG up?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm like new at all this IG stuff. So I'm learning how to make sure everything is up. But I think we're on. Do you guys see it, ladies? You guys are easier, better than to find it on me.
Chris, what is your your business Facebook so I can tag you in the post?
Well, all you got to do is you can just type in it's Chris, and then last name is Foulkes. That's Foulkes. So F is in Fox, Oulkes. I do a lot of my business stuff on there, but we also have a link that connects straight to the Liberty Tax site that our corporate handles. But I handle most of my stuff on the Liberty Tax on the my personal link. So if you guys want to find me, you can find me on there, and you can find me on IG through that too.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right.
Okay, so
we're gonna go ahead and roll with
stimmies.
it.
Okay. So look, I'm gonna break this whole thing down for you. I'm gonna start from the beginning about the stimulus, how it happened, what's going on, what some people are seeing. All right. So basically, a lot of people are having issues. They're not getting their stimulus. Some people are, some people are not. So what happened was when you went and filed your taxes, some companies they have this thing called the refund transfer, and sometimes you might have financial products, right? So the refund transfer is basically when you walk in, you don't want to pay for that tax return off top, so you take the cost of the tax return off of the refund. Okay,
Right.
and what happens is there's a middle bank. There's a bank right there that's the middleman between the IRS and your personal bank account.
Oh.
That middle bank, that's called the Bank of Republic. That bank right there, they have an expiration date. So a lot of people got their first stimulus, no problem, because that bank was able to transfer a lot of those stimulus. But they expired on October 15th, the tax deadline. And the IRS tried to send out checks knowing that this bank was expired and everything, a lot of them got kicked back. So their remedy for that was saying, hey, look, if you don't get your stimulus, then you can come in and file your 2020 tax return and we'll give you a rebate on that stimulus. So you're going to get it, but some of you might have to wait until you file your tax return this year.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Something.
And now you got companies like ours who we're fighting with the IRS to get those funds so we can get them out to our people. But not all companies are doing that. Like TurboTax did that because they had straight deposits. It was easy for them to do it. But other companies are a little bit harder.
TurboTax.
What's that?
So if you did the TurboTax, we should be good.
If you did it through TurboTax, they're working on it right now. It shouldn't have been no problem because a lot of you guys that did it through TurboTax, it was straight deposit anyways. So it shouldn't have been any huge issue in TurboTax. So, but if you haven't gotten it, what you can do is you can go on the IRS website. So you go to irs.gov, and then you click on check my economic impact payment.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put your information in there, and I'm sure a lot of you already have. And it might say, being deposited on this date or check being sent. If it doesn't say that, there's a good chance you won't be getting your check until you file your tax return.
Okay. Cool. I got mine, so I mean, hey.
I ain't get mine.
Yeah. Right.
I got mine.
Right. So did I break it down all the way? Do you have any other questions about the stimulus?
No, and it won't affect your tax, like your income or anything like that when you file? Like we won't be penalized eventually. You know what I mean?
So
Down the,
yeah, so it's not going to negatively impact your tax return at all. Not the first one or the second one.
okay.
If anything, it's gonna if you owe the IRS more money than you were supposed to get on your stimulus,
Hmm.
they're gonna bite the bullet for that. So they're not coming back after people for that type of thing. It's not a credit. It's not a credit. It's basically it's a stimulus. So they
Okay.
treat that differently. They don't treat that like you don't have to come back and freaking lose any money over that type of situation. So when you go in, another key thing you want to remember for the stimulus, if any of you had any kids in 2020,
Hmm.
then you deserve a rebate for the first and second stimulus.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yep, yep. That's what a lot of people don't know. So if you had a kid in 2020,
Stimulus.
yep. Uh,
What about, are they going to take money? I heard that we're going to end up paying it back in the next couple years.
no, I haven't heard anything like that.
No.
I haven't heard anything like that. And I doubt if that happens. Again, this isn't treated like a credit. Like you have earned income credit, you have child
Yeah.
tax credits. These
Mhm.
are tax credits. This isn't treated like that. This is a stimulus. What a stimulus is, it's money that's been set aside that the American people have already paid into through their taxes. So it's money that's set aside for tough situations like this.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're not trying to come back and hunt you down for any type of funds or anything like that. They would have let us know early in the beginning if they were doing that. So that's not going to happen.
Okay. Perfect. Do you
So,
think? Well, you probably don't know. Well, I guess that's not really a tax question. I'm just gonna. Well, I guess I do kind of have a tax. Okay, so um, how should you be filing your taxes? This is always my question because I'm the type of person that usually will work more than one job within a
Hmm.
tax, within a year. So how
Hmm.
should I be filing my taxes, say at my primary job, and then how should I be filing my taxes at my secondary job for me not to be owing?
Oh, okay. So you have two jobs. One is your primary, and then you might have a job you do after that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
just
So
time.
do you mean like the W-4 form?
Yes. Like how many should I be filing? Because like at my first job, I filed 5, and then
Oh, okay. Like you
uh,
mean your withholdings?
yeah, I'm withholdings. Yes, maybe I'm saying it incorrectly, but
Okay.
what should my withholdings be at my second job? So when I do go file, because my
Hmm.
income always goes up when I do two
So
jobs.
it varies per person. So based on your situation, like, are you married? How many kids do you have?
I'm head of household, and
Hmm.
I'm not married, and I have 3 dependents.
Three dependents. So it's you and three dependents. And I don't want to ask your income range because a lot of people online. But it sometimes varies depending on that as well. So if your
Uh,
income goes over like $50,000, then you want to start lowering those withholdings. So instead of
okay.
having it at 5, you want to have it at like 2.
For
If your income range is below the 50,000, then yeah, you can get away with having it at 5 because they're going to take out minimal taxes. So the higher the number, the less taxes are being taken out. The lower the number, the more. So as you increase in income, you should be taking more taxes out because a lot of those credits start to disappear as you go up in income.
mhm.
But then as you go up in higher income, you'll start noticing there's other credits that you never heard about.
Oh,
mm,
Yep. And that's how the rich people keep staying rich because
yeah.
there's these other credits that we never hear about down on the bottom. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your question.
No, it does. It does. Thank you.
You're welcome. So,
So back to the stimulus.
mhm.
So that won't, because I keep hearing different things. So that they'll take money out of it, they'll do different things with it. So it shouldn't affect anything at all whatsoever when we file.
Yeah, it's not going to. So let's say you go in and your original refund was going to be like $3,000. Okay. Um, when you get your stimulus, it's going to be added on to that original refund. So
right.
if you got two dependents, it's going to be $1,200 more. That's the recovery rebate right there. That's it.
But that's when you file your taxes for 2019.
No, when you file it for 2020, when you go in
Oh yeah.
this year, yep, it's going to be the filing for 2020. And that brings me to another point. Make sure you already filed your 2019 tax return,
Right.
because you're not going to be able to get that stimulus, that second stimulus, if you haven't.
Mm.
Okay.
Yep, because
Yeah.
it's
And
based
is it
off of
okay
that.
to file both of them at once? Like if somebody hasn't?
Oh, yeah, you want to try to get it done as soon as possible, but yeah, it's still fine to get them both done. Yeah, that's fine. Um, yeah, but yeah, just know that you're not going to be getting hit. They're not going to be coming after this money, if you get it. If you go in for the recovery rebate and your tax guy didn't know what they were doing and they ended up requesting more funds than you were supposed to get, then yeah, maybe, the next year they'll be like, whoa, this is the amount of dependence that we showed. That's the only time you'll see a situation like that. Just make sure they know what they're doing. Make sure you're giving the right number of dependents and things like that. And if I was everybody, I would definitely try to find somebody to a professional to file it this year, even if you want to pay the extra money. Somebody you trust or whatever. Because I don't think this is the right year to try to do it on your own.
I agree. I agree for sure. So I'm like, I gotta pay somebody. What is that range?
The range for so it's almost the same for everything. You pay for what you get. So you have guys out there be like, give me $100, give me $100, and I'll do it for you. Or you have your cousin or your auntie or something like that. Just give me $100. I mean, you could pay that on TurboTax to do your own taxes. But yeah, a range you want to try to stay in is like in between like $200 to $400. Okay, so if you're in that range, then you're probably looking at somebody who's really gonna put the effort in doing your tax return the right way.
Cool.
Okay.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. So now somebody had a question about business. Did we have any other questions before we get into the business?
Yes, the unemployment. How is that?
Oh, that's a good one. All right. So look, are you ladies from do you guys stay in Arizona?
Yes,
Yes.
we're all in Arizona.
We're all in Arizona.
Oh, cool. Okay, so look, all you gotta do is go to aztaxes.gov, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go on there and then click on the thing that says get my 1099G. If you guys got a pen and paper, remember this. This is real important. 1099G.
B or sorry to cut
G.
you, Chris,
G is in.
lady. Can you guys type that into the
What are you typing in? Because I wanted to do that on a couple of things.
on your laptop on the right hand side? It should be a chat.
The orange boxes. That's what I see. Let me see.
Yeah, if you have, it will say like a chat. You should be like when your daughter said something, you should have seen it pop up right there.
Mine didn't do that.
Yep, 1099G.
Okay. And did you say irs.gov?
No, aztaxes.gov. Okay. You have to have that before you file. And
Okay.
I really, really hope that you guys picked the button that said when you first got it, pay taxes, 10%. Otherwise, you're gonna have to pay taxes on the money you receive from unemployment.
Woo! Okay, hold on. Hold on. Tell me
Wait a minute.
again. Yes, TT, thank you. Can you put the information, Tiara? Can you put the information in that he that website, and then there was another website he did too.
His business. We can do that at the end. Before we.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like trying to do IG at the same time and not move and keep a steady hand with IG. So
repeat that last two sentences, paragraph. Let's say paragraph.
So yeah, that 1099G shows all the income that you receive from unemployment, and it's taxable. So when you first got it, they were asking you if you wanted taxes taken out of it. So I'm hoping that most of you had taxes taken out of it. It's 10%. So if you didn't, you're gonna have to pay taxes on that when you come for your 2020 tax return. If you don't bring that 1099-G form and you try to file it without it, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get an audit.
Dang.
I'm pretty sure the IRS is gonna be like, they're gonna send you an audit letter saying, hey, look, we don't got all the information here.
Is that something that you need to go pull off, or will
Nope.
unemployment send that?
They're supposed to send it by the 31st of January.
Okay.
But you can still get access to it before that, so I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't wait around for them to get it to
Where do
you.
you find access?
That
On aztaxes.gov.
Okay, aztaxes.gov. That's
Yep. And then just click on get 1099-G. So that's real important, that unemployment form.
okay.
Now, if
So
you
that's-
didn't do the 10%, is a lot going to come out, and do they automatically take it out
10%.
of your return?
Well, they automatically took it out of your if you had it taken out, they automatically took it out of your payments. Your unemployment payments.
That's
But
a
if no, I'm saying like for someone that didn't do the 10%,
Oh yeah. So
will they take it out once you file? Will they be like, okay, go ahead, say you owe 300, go ahead and take it out?
yeah, so let's say you had I'm trying to give you a scenario. Let's say you had a $2,000 refund and we did not include the unemployment income yet, right? You had a $2,000 refund, and then your unemployment income was about $15,000, but no taxes were taken out. They're gonna come in there and say, you know what, you owe us $1,500. That's 10% of 15,000. You owe us $1,500. So your refund's gonna drop from $2,000 to $500. So they're gonna take it off they're gonna adjust it on your tax return.
They're gonna get that money, honey.
Yep, they're getting it. They're getting it.
I made sure I did that on mine. I only got I did the PB, the business one, and I only got the check, the $2,000 check one time, and I filed and I didn't get it. And so now I gotta do the ID me. So I started that, but I still gotta finish it. I must not want my money that bad because
yeah. And they might do a back pay for you too, huh?
Yeah, that's what the lady said. I'm trying to wait. I probably should go ahead and start that now. It's a new year. Let me go and get that. Maybe I can invest that in some stock or something.
Yes.
Yep.
So speaking of back pay, say for instance, because I know they were talking about trying to back pay for unemployment, maybe starting July for the ones that didn't get it if they do the other stimulus. So if they do that and say we've already filed our taxes, will we have to do an amended tax, or will that go towards this year's income?
Oh, hang on just a second, okay?
Okay.
Okay, TT, I got 20. You can have 20. I give you 40. I give you 50.
Let me hold 20.
Mm-hmm.
So where you just read that at, B, that's where you can type in. Just read that? You just read that, right?
Yeah. Just so I type on it? Where?
So it should be right under wherever you just read that. It should be where you can type.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back.
No problem.
Okay, what was that question again? Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
No problem. Okay, so with the unemployment, they were talking about Biden's, one of his things is trying to go back to July and give the unemployment, how we were first getting the 300 and the 5 and all that. So backdating it. So if he backdates it back to July and we get that income, are we counting that? Are they going to count it for 2020 as far as the income that we get it? Or is it do we have to do a amended tax?
Oh,
we lost him.
And he's out of there. Better.
I
was talking too much. He left. No.
You like that question, Ed?
Ain't these women? No. All I see is restroom. It says hi there.
Huh?
send us a message, but I don't think it looks like it's under 5 minutes.
You guys can see the IG, right?
Yeah.
Messages
Yeah.
on IG.
Yeah, but it's not like it's your computer screen, right?
Yeah. Because I've been responding that way.
We don't know, Shantae. What's going on?
See, you see it, but you're not typing nothing.
Thanks for tuning in. We're going to bring him back on. He's going to come right back on. Answer any more questions. If you guys have any, write them in the thingy.
Okay, you see Shantae, but you don't see where you could type and respond to her?
No.
Are you on the computer?
Option. Does it give you an option, Angela? Maybe just you, because you're the host.
Mine doesn't either, because I'm
I think it's just you, Evo.
If I put my cursor over her name, so if I put it on Shantae's what happened, it doesn't even allow me to open that.
Yeah, I tried that too.
That's little. I thought the little orange thing was a comment, but I think that's the chat room for Restream.
Exactly. Yep. That's why. So won't let us.
I thought y'all was typing from last time, so.
And the private chat.
Post your Shantae want to talk about business. Okay, when you get back on, post your questions so we can make sure we get to you. Or ask him.
Yeah, post any questions. I don't want to get off of this. So if I were to click off of my phone and go to another screen, will it end the IG live?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you go out of IG, you out of the live.
You guys make sure you come back if we get disconnected, okay? But we don't want to because we just got live on Instagram and we just got live on Facebook.
Let me know if we still live on Instagram. I'm gonna try to message him and see.
Could it be?
I'm a dance, y'all.
Put some music on. What?
Okay, so while you doing that, Ebony, like I said, I want to talk about this week, baby. Did y'all see this week, baby?
Oh my God!
We got some Superman people going out there in the world right now. Aren't they mad? They got capes and climbing walls and everything. I'm done. That was funny. I was like, they ain't got no home training. Madea needs to get on now. Where Tyler Perry at? I can see the next movie now. They ain't got no home training. You got your feet on my table. You opening my mail or messing with my mail. You done broke my window.
Shantae said, "Hey, get it, B," and then Tiara and Shantae both said they super mad. They mad.
Boy, they ain't like that.
That's funny.
We can tear some stuff up.
So while we're still working on trying to get him on, congratulations to Georgia's senators that won. Yay! So we have an African American pastor as well as he's 33 years old. So
what?
Yeah.
And he's Jewish, I think.
Yeah, Jewish. Goes off. He's 33. Hey.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Sorry, I'm having bad connection here. Sorry about that. I can. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
So did you want me to finish with a
Okay. Yeah, you need me to repeat it again, or,
okay,
or you still got what I said?
You had the it was the unemployment question, right?
Yeah, so if they backdate the unemployment from back to July and say they pay us that, say February, the beginning of February, would that backdated amount that they're paying us go towards 2020 amount, or will we have to do an amended return?
So most likely it's going to go towards 2021 tax return. So any new funds that pop up, if it pops up in 2021, then it should go on that tax return the following year. So most likely it's going to be like that. Barely do they force people to do amendments in the middle of a tax season. So that has happened before, but for most likely new funds that pop up, they're going to go on to the next tax year, which is going to be in 2022 for 2021 tax year. So not only that, but like even if you know, they might be adding on to the stimulus as well. So we might end up having something like that too. But that won't have to be reported on the next year's tax return. It's just going to be money that's going to be given again. So, but yeah,
Gotcha.
that's a good question.
Thank you. Go ahead, B, with your business question.
Okay, so one of my questions was, I'm so unorganized this year with my mobile business because of COVID. Before COVID, I had everything set in my calendar. It's all written down, all organized, my bank stuff. And then after COVID, I kind of started using my Cash App for personal stuff.
Oh,
But it's under my business name. So that's what I mean by I'm unorganized. Like my paperwork legit is not organized. So do you have any suggestions on some apps that I can download for just my business? Because I also have the notary business where I'm a certified notary. So I need to also have a Cash App or a bank account and everything else for that business. So what is a good app that I can have on my phone, one phone, and keep things organized? Do you recommend any
yes,
in that
yes.
industry?
That's a really good question. QuickBooks. Have you heard of it?
QuickBooks?
Yeah,
Yes.
QuickBooks. Get that app. And there are levels to it. They make you pay, I think the beginning level is like 9 something or whatever a month. But that's the one you need the lowest level. So, but
Okay.
QuickBooks will help you get organized. The key to helping QuickBooks keep you organized is by using one card strictly for business.
For all
So
my businesses?
yeah, like so how many you have multiple businesses?
I have 2 right now.
Okay, so you have 2 businesses.
Well,
So when you
and
go
my
on there,
Uber Eats. So that's 3
mhm,
with Uber
yeah,
Eats too?
yeah. So when you go on there, they'll have a place where you can separate those businesses.
Okay.
And,
But it's
and
going to
the,
be
it has a smart program. You may not have to because it has a smart program that knows how to distinguish between what goes to what.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it knows how to distinguish. So
Okay.
so it's gonna break everything down. It's gonna put all your expenses in the right places. It's really helpful and useful for when you're at the end of the year, you go ahead and print it out. Your tax guy can read the whole thing.
Yes.
It shows your income, it shows your expenses, all that stuff. Another one you want to use is Mile IQ since you have a mobile business. There's a couple of different Mile apps, but it keeps track of every time you're in that car and you're going to your next business location or doing something. It keeps track of all your mileage. The reason that's important is because your mileage is a deduction, and it's a nice one too.
Yeah.
So
So it's called Mile what?
Mile IQ.
IQ.
And there may be a couple of other ones. I think you got to pay for my IQ, but I think there's some other free ones. You can look into it, but you definitely want to get an app to track your miles if you have a mobile business.
Yes.
A lot of times people are like, do I save my gas receipts? Do I, repairs on my car? You can, but unless you're like a Lyft driver or Uber driver or something like that, I don't think it'll really be necessary because there's 2 different ways you can claim for a vehicle. You can claim the mileage or you can claim the actual expenses. The mileage rate for a business, most businesses is better. So that's why I say just track your mileage. Because I mean, it's like 57 cents deduction per mile.
Wow.
Per mile. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
Wow.
So QuickBooks, you definitely want to get QuickBooks as a startup business. At least QuickBooks should hold you over until you get so big that you need to hire an actual accountant to keep track of your books.
Okay, cool. Good. Thank you.
Yeah,
I need to get
yeah.
organized. That's all bad.
You guys got some great questions, man. I'm telling you.
Tierra says, so I can get rid of all my gas receipts. LOL.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people are like, a whole bunch of people are like, yeah, do I keep my gas receipts? That's like the first question I hear.
Yeah.
And I mean, 9 times out of 10, I tell people, no, don't keep those receipts unless you're like a carrier or a truck driver or somebody who's constantly driving, and everything.
Right.
So yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Are there anything that we need to keep that those apps do not keep track of?
Like for business,
Yes.
or you got little things like like your insurance, maybe
Right.
like your insurance,
Right.
your car registration, you
Right.
know. Um, but the apps usually keep track of a lot of the purchases for the cost for the business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as far as so like a lot of us do, like the DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, so people that do all that type of stuff.
Mhm.
What are some of the write-offs besides gas and or mileage? Is like cell phone a write-off? Is
So yeah,
your car,
Maintenance.
for those businesses, you're gonna have cell phone. You can get away with some internet write-offs. Uh, car washes, car washes. Um, let's see what else. Your registration for the vehicle, but your main one is gonna be that mileage. And on when you go into the apps, you can see all that stuff.
Mm.
Now, here's a secret right here. So the apps for like Uber and DoorDash and all that stuff, they'll kind of give you an idea of how many miles you drove. But what they don't record is the mileage to your location and from your drop off. They don't record that. So don't forget to include that
On the way to.
in your because you might have $2,000. I mean, 2,000 miles recorded on your app. When you go and print that form out, it might say 2,000 miles, but you probably drove 3,000 miles. To and from places and all that stuff, drop off pickups. So don't forget to record that extra mileage.
What about maintenance? Tierra said, can you
No.
maintenance in general?
So again, that's separate from the mileage. So you either have the mileage rate or they call it the actual expense rate. The actual expense rate falls under maintenance, repairs, that type of thing. So no, I would try to stay away from that because your maintenance might have cost you less than $1,000 that year, but then you have mileage that's like you have like 5,000 miles, and that's worth like a $3,000 deduction versus your $1,000 deduction. You get it?
Well, okay.
So you can keep them just in case, and your preparer can try to see which one is better because they take the better of the two.
Right.
And the only reason I'm telling you is just do the miles because I'm telling you most of the time the mileage ends up winning.
Cool. Good question.
So yeah, seriously.
There's a lot of us that do a lot of the deliveries, like Instacart and Uber Eats. Uber. We do
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff. So that's good to know. And so my thing with the mileage thing, why I haven't been tracking my mileage is because it's a hassle. No money back.
It is a hassle.
Now that I know that the mileage just takes over the maintenance. Oh, baby.
Yeah. So
I got time now.
Yeah, it eliminates a lot of the other stuff you got to keep track of. Like now all you really got to focus on is mileage. So you can either write it down in a logbook or, like I said, go get an app that'll track all your mileage from the time you turn that sucker on at the beginning of the day to the end of the day when you turn it off.
Wow, that's cool.
To the end of your work day when you turn it off. Yeah. Because like I told you, the Uber and all that stuff, they track it. They only track it from the time you pick them up to the time you drop them off. They don't track the in between. They don't track, but all that counts. You're still in your workday.
Right.
Yeah.
I did too, Tiara. Yep. Put it in your
So
phone.
the Mile IQ will automatically track your miles. Like you'll press a button or something, and it'll automatically track your miles until you turn
Yeah.
it off.
Yep. So as soon as you turn it on, it's tracking you, and as soon as you turn it off, it stops tracking. Yep, exactly.
That's in your phone. That's not even in your car. So your phone knows where you're moving and all. Well, I guess the
Mm-hmm.
GPS stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the GPS and everything. Yeah,
That's a whole lot of access.
it is. It
Right.
is. It is. I mean, we already done given the government so much
I know
access
it.
to us already.
I swear.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the common error I see with a lot of the transporter businesses. Um, it's sad because they promote on their apps for you guys to go on TurboTax, but then I'm getting guys that are missing so many different deductions that they could have had like 500 to $1,000 more dollars added to their tax return.
Wow.
So
I got a question.
mhm.
So, they took my tax returns 2 years ago because my student loans.
Hey, that's
Yeah, I still owe about 10 grand. So
Yep.
I want my money. No, just kidding.
Okay.
So that's gone. I understand that's gone. That was a nice check right there. But they
Oh
took
yeah.
my money.
Yep.
So my thing is now, with all that's going on, I still haven't made no payments because I feel like when I get to the point where I can make payments on that, I will.
Go
If you gotta
Right.
take it out of my tax, okay, that's how you're gonna get it. That's how you're gonna get it. Because I ain't sending no money right now. When I get to be a millionaire, a thousandaire, or something,
do a hard
I'll send it.
That's a good one.
But they're still calling me about these
Mhm.
forgiveness stuff, and the only reason why I haven't done it is because you don't know if it's a scam or not.
Right. So look,
So the best thing for me to do is call the Sally Mae thingy,
oh, you got Sally Mae.
or I have not Sally Mae, but I have
The federal? Is it Nelnet?
the Vient, what is it? Nuvient or something like that.
Let me ask, is it private or is it through the federal?
I think it is federal. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So look, y'all got the best questions, man. I love this. I'm glad I get to talk about this. So look,
I wish we could see you.
I know. So here's what happens. When you get to the point of there's several points you can get to when you have student loan issues like that. You can get to the deferment level where you're deferring your student loans. You're still in a good position. You can still get your tax refunds. Then you can get to the forbearance level. You're still in a good position. But then they get to the default level. So that's the level you're at right now. You're at the default level. There's a stage beyond that where it's the garnishment level, where if you continue to not communicate with them, they will start garnishing your wages
Mhm.
and your tax returns. They will take
Yeah.
when they get to the garnishment level, they will take 50% of your income until the entire loan is paid off.
Well,
They won't stop.
I work for myself, so
Yeah. So what you need to
they're
do,
gonna have to come sit in my shop to get my money.
well, all you gotta do, I mean,
I just
all
get
you gotta do is communicate with these people. I don't care if you tell them, hey, look, I ain't got no money. I'm gonna send you $10 a month. That's all you gotta do is communicate with them. When you
Look.
don't, it just makes it worse.
Yes.
But this year you might be in luck. You might be in luck this year because due to the economic impact recovery program and all that stuff. So they basically put everybody's on hold. They're like, you don't owe us any payments. We're not coming after you, nothing. So when you go and file your tax return this year, you might get that refund.
okay.
You might get that refund. But when you get that refund, you should call them up and be like, hey, look, I only got $10 to pay you a month. They're gonna say, you know what, can you pay us 20? You say yes. And so what you do is you bring it out of default when you do that. So
Okay.
then they will stop taking your refunds.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all you gotta do.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Okay.
And there's no way to ever get the money back if they took it, right?
No, you ain't getting that money back. I was hot, boy. I think I called.
Oh yeah, when they take it, it's gone. It's gone. Yeah,
I called my
that's
mama.
in the government's
I
pocket.
get my mama to do something. She said, "Baby, I told you to pay it."
That's a
Yeah,
good
I had it
question
happen
right
to me
there.
once, and I was like, yeah,
Yep.
never again.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen people's wages get taken all the way. One guy owed $15,000. They didn't stop taking his wages until it was paid up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They want their money. I
Yeah,
feel like I owe child support or something.
yeah, yep. But good thing you don't have a private loan, because if you had a private loan, you'll fall under a whole different category and they won't even care.
Whoa.
They won't even care. So you got a federal loan, and we might be getting. And oh, you said something about those little programs, those little consolidation programs. So look, I would try to stay away from those, unless it was a federal program. So they got this one program that you should look into. That's why it's good to talk to them, because they got a couple of things out right now that might benefit you. It's called the IBR.
IBR.
It's the income-based repayment program. IBR. And this one is nice. So what happens is you get on this program, right? But you might have to get yourself out of default first.
Yeah.
But you get on, you get on this IBR, right? And so they go based off your income, and they're like, okay, based on your income, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna defer all your payments for the entire year. And we're also gonna lower your interest rate. And so while you're on this program, if you're on that program, that IBR, for I think it's 20 years, and 20 years can go by quick. 20 years can go by real quick. So if you're on it for 20 years, it all gets forgiven.
Oh wow. 20
Yeah,
years.
yeah, I know it seemed crazy, but like you, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Oh no, don't do that. Stay right out here.
Got you.
So yeah, if you're on it for 20 years, like I've had people that's been on it for like 8 already, and you might get a job. If you might get a job making 60,000 a year, but you might have 3 kids. You might still be eligible for the IBR.
Okay.
Right? So there's student loan, there's forgiveness on that, but then they also, Biden, he might be having some forgiveness programs coming out too. So you might be good.
Yay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Baby.
Yeah, no, seriously, like that's looking pretty positive right now.
I need to check in to see if I'm on the IBR. I'm on something like that. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's the IBR.
You
I need to double check on mine.
Yeah, because they had a different one before that. But if you're not on this one, you should get on it, because they don't call you and tell you about this stuff. They don't say, "Hey, we got a better program for you." No,
Right.
you just call up the student loan department, and just be like, "Hey, what programs do you have?" They'll take you right to how to fill it out. It ain't that hard. You just fill it out, bam, you get approved.
Wow.
Nah.
Yeah, you fill a new one out every year. Every year.
I gotta get out of default. Okay.
Yes, we get out of
I hope $25 is enough to get out of default.
They don't require
I'm gonna start with 10 though, and see if they just take 10.
I think you have to do, what is it, 6 or 9 consecutive months?
payments.
Payments, yep. 6 consecutive payments. But if you're in garnishment, you can never get out of default. You won't.
I'm already in because they took my taxes, so that means I'm in garnishment, right?
Well, no, garnishment
No.
is when they start going to your bank account.
Oh.
Oh.
Garnishment is when they start going to your company and saying, "Hey, we want half of that."
Oh.
Yep. That's when they start going, wherever you work at, they're like, we're gonna get half of that, please. Go ahead and send it out.
Let me call them tomorrow.
Yep. Yep. Because if you keep dodging them, that might happen. It could happen.
So okay, so I need to call the IRS. I mean, I need to call my Navient or whatever my thing is. Okay, I'm gonna call them
Yeah,
tomorrow.
whoever your student loans are through, yeah.
And all this time
Yup.
is Navient is who you're talking about. NAVIENT.
Yeah, Navient. Yeah.
The question you should ask them is, hey, am I in default and how do I get out? That's what you should ask them.
Am I in default and how do I get out?
Yep. That's where you should start right there.
So we have a question from Tierra. She says, if you're doing IM Academy Forex DCX trading, how would filing taxes work for that?
This is a good question.
Yeah, that is.
IM Academy.
Yeah, IM Academy Forex DX trading, like any trading or stock stuff like that. How would?
So as long as you're still trading and you're not pulling the funds, you're not. They call it a distribution. Okay. So as long as you're not pulling the funds and taking a distribution for your own personal benefit, then you're fine. There's nothing you need to file. Just keep trading. Just keep stocking it up. But if you pull a distribution and you don't put money back in there with within a certain time period, you're going to receive a form called a 1099B as in boy. If you get a form 1099B as in boy, then it shows the gains and the losses on that stock. And you got to report that. But for the most part, a lot of people that are doing stocks right now, they're like doing it on Acorn and like she said, IMDX trading and stuff like that. That's the big one right now. That's a good one. But for the most part, people are just, still putting money into it. So it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's still accumulating or it's losing or whatever is happening. It's still there. That's the benefit of keeping it in there. In stock and when you're trading like that, you want to remember everybody don't come up overnight. That's just a few people. These are long-term investments that you want to do. 5 to 10 years or more in these stocks, is going to accumulate over time. So you don't want to be pulling out and putting in too much unless you know what you're doing. Unless you're playing with the stock market all day. Unless that's that's your private job. That's your job. You're looking at these stocks. You know what to pull. You know what to put in. You know what to pull. But even if you're doing that, they're still not going to give you a 1099B because you're reinvesting the money right away. Because that's what they're doing with your money. They're pulling and putting. They're doing it for you. So they have it in a whole bunch of different funds and accounts, and they're pulling it and putting it back in, taking it, putting it back in. So they're doing that work for you.
So the only time you need to do you said 1099B is if you're cashing out then?
That's the main time you need to do it. When you cash out, that's when the company should send you a form. If they don't send it to you, you should be going on the site to pull it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in there at the end of the tax year. So, but if you have an account like that, just to double check, you should go on or call the company. You should go on the website and look in the account section and then go ahead and click on taxes, and then it might not show anything at all. But that's just a way to double check.
Okay.
All right. And then Shantae said you just got to get out of default. Talking to you, Lady B. And then she said, I'm on 5-year. I sent 5 for 6 months. So
Okay,
all you out there in default, y'all need to get out of default.
Get out.
I didn't
Get
know
out
there
now.
was a punishment.
You're gonna cause more trouble staying in default than you would being out of it.
Okay, I'm getting out. I'm on
my way.
Okay, call tomorrow. I'm gonna remind you to call tomorrow.
Yes,
right. Don't call me too early because I'm off tomorrow.
You got all day to talk to the people there, B.
Yeah, now, what about like dependents, and do you still? Because I think what is it, age 17, you don't get taxes for them anymore, or not taxes, the
child income credit.
Yeah, the income credit.
You don't get which one?
The EIC for 17-year-olds, right?
I think I still got one for Isaiah. I think.
No, the EIC is 19.
19.
The child tax credit is 17.
Oh, okay.
But the EIC is the one that a lot of people are looking for because that's a fat credit. So the EIC It's up to 3 kids. The child tax credit, it doesn't matter how many kids, but the EIC is up to 3 kids, and it's 19 years old. Now here's the kicker though.
Uh-oh.
If you got a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 21-year-old living in your house and they're going to college, you can still get the EIC.
Dang, she ain't going to school. Gee!
That's why you need to make them go to school. You make them go to school, and then you can go ahead and collect that credit, and you can get a if they're in school, you can get a school credit on their behalf.
Oh,
So yeah, that EIC can go all the way up to 25 years old as long as they're in college, and they don't have to be living with you neither.
Oh, that's cool.
oh, that's good to know.
They could be off in college in California, and you're still helping them, right? And you can still claim them, and they can still file their own taxes. See a lot of the kids. What they do is they're like, "Oh, I'm independent now. You shouldn't be claiming me." No, no, no. You ain't fully independent. I just got you that car. So you ain't fully dependent. So independent. So but they can still file their taxes. Like they're probably gonna work a little bit. They're probably gonna make like $10,000 or whatever. They can still file their taxes. They just wouldn't be claiming themselves.
Oh, so you can do that because I
Yeah.
have my son who was asking about his stimulus check. Where his stimulus check was. I was wondering because this year he worked last year, so I was wondering how that works if he can file. I told him this year is the end of the year, so he can when he works he can file his own taxes next year.
He can file his own taxes, but if he doesn't claim himself, he won't be eligible for any stimulus.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
If you're claiming him and he's filing his own taxes, but when he files, he's saying, "Hey, look, somebody else claimed me." You know?
But
So
he can
he's
do all that
basically
himself though. If he claims himself and everything, he's good, right? Because
he's good. Yeah. If he claims himself, he's good. If any other new stimuli come out, he's good.
Okay.
Is there a benefit
That's
of
his
claiming
money.
Is there what?
somebody? Is there a benefit of claiming a child that is working and in college?
Yeah, heck yeah, because you still get the EIC. So remember when your kids were younger and you used to get the nice little refunds and stuff like that? Well, yeah, you still get the EIC if you're in a certain income bracket. So that's going to be a refund on there. Then you can claim the school credit on their behalf as well. So your tax return is going to be looking nice if you're within a certain income bracket.
ESC is the one that gives you like, say, 2,500 per kid type of thing.
Well,
Or
something
is
like
that-
that. Yeah, it depends. It varies between what income you're at, but yeah, something like that. But the kids, if they claim themselves, they hardly get anything anyways. You know, they're young, single, they have no dependents. They're, they're in college, but they hardly get anything anyway. So having them claim themselves is like it doesn't really help them. What I would do in your situation is convince your son, whoever that was, convince your son to let you claim them and be like, "Hey, look, if I get the stimulus, whatever that amount was, I'll give you your portion." And then you still get all those credits on your tax return because they're not going to get those credits. So it's going to be money. You're going to lose money. You guys, as a whole, you're going to lose money.
Yeah,
But if he really cares about that stimulus, just be like, "Hey, I got your $600 right here." Bam.
No, so how would that work? So I have a daughter, she's 22. She's in college, but she's been claiming herself on her taxes. She did get the stimulus, but like last year, she didn't really work that much. And I believe she possibly may owe. So what would be the best for her? For me to claim her, or her to continue to claim herself?
So for me, I'm always going to tell the parents to claim the kid if they're in college. That's always going to be the best situation. This situation right here, you should claim her. It's not because she made less, she might owe and all that stuff. You should claim her because you're going to get all those credits, and she may not even have to file at all, even if she does owe. There's a threshold. There's a filing threshold for her. If she made less than $13,000, and she owes, she ain't gonna have to file anyways. They don't care. Did you catch that? She won't have to file anyways if she didn't make over a certain amount of money. But it's always good for her to check. So go tell her to go in the tax office, check anyways to see if she has a refund or if she owes. If she owes, tell her to back off. Don't file that tax return. And then you go ahead and claim her and do all that stuff.
But will you still get that credit for that child if she's the would that make because if you already have 3 that you're already claiming?
You
You
do.
said
You
be
do
3.
get a credit. Yeah,
So
if you have 3 you're already claiming, that fourth one, you would still get the child tax credit and the additional child tax credit. You may not get that EIC, but you'll get that child tax credit, the additional child tax credit, and the school credit.
Okay.
So
So
what
it's
if they're getting student loans and stuff through school or grants and all that stuff? Does that change things?
It can affect the way the school credit comes. So if they have more grants than the amount of money they paid, like got for student loans, or the amount of money they paid for tuition, then you may end up with no credit at all. But if they have like more student loans, more payments to their college than their grants and scholarships, then you'll definitely get a credit.
hey, Delisa.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure it out. I swear then, because I swear when I did, was not last year, maybe the year before, one of them years though, they counted 2 of my kids. I want to say it was last year. They counted 2 of them, but not the third one. But they're all my kids are under 17, but they were like, you won't get, maybe it's the EIC. I can't remember what she said, but she was like, you won't get it for this one, but you'll get it for the other 2 because we only can go up to 3.
It could, you know what? No, it was probably a child tax credit. One of your kids was probably 18, and the rest of them was under 18.
Well, only one. I mean, last year they were all under. They just the year before. They just turned 18 in November, my oldest one. The other ones are still 17 and 15. So it was when I filed my 2019 taxes,
Yeah,
is when they were saying because she was 17 or whatever, she wouldn't count.
yeah, that's the child tax credit. So she missed the cutoff for that. But that one, that's not the big one right there. The big one is the EIC.
And you
So
get
they
that.
so,
I want to
so the
swear
child
that I
tax
didn't.
credit is there's no max number of kids for that child tax credit. But the EIC, you can only go up to 3 for the EIC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to look at my taxes and check them.
Yeah, I would check that. Some don't sound right.
Yeah, and then I was never like, I didn't know that, I could continue to claim my daughter. I thought because
Yep.
she started working and
Nope.
everything, I couldn't claim her anymore.
Nope. It wouldn't matter if she made $20,000 that year. You could still claim her and get those credits if she was in college.
Yeah, she's been in college since she's 18 and she still got a
Yeah.
couple of years ago. So
Yeah, that's something your tax person should have told you.
So
I tell all my people that.
so while I have my 19-year-old on, so what you're saying is because they're working, even if they're working, so she lives in the house with me. She's working. She's not going to school though. So even if she files her taxes and I claim her, we'll get more money altogether. But if she files her taxes and she doesn't have a dependent or claim herself, it'll be less.
Well, here's the thing. If she's not working and she's that age, how old did you say she
She's
is?
working. She's just not going to college. She's not going to school right now.
Oh yeah, if she's not going to college and you said she's 19, she was 19 last year or 19 this year?
She turns 20 in 2 days.
Okay, yeah. If she's not in college, you probably won't be able to claim her at all.
So she should claim herself, and then she'll get.
Yep.
She still won't get the credit though, but she can get what she made off of work.
Yeah, she'll get what she made off of work. She might get the she'll be eligible for the stimulus and all that stuff for the new ones that come out. But yeah, you won't be able to claim her because she probably made over the dependent claiming threshold, which is like it's
Okay.
like 4,500.
Okay. What
If she
about
made over
like,
that,
so one of my questions with her too was, and I have problems with this, when I start a job and you have to fill out that paperwork that asks you how much taxes you want to take, 1.4, 5, 8, blah, blah, blah. As
yeah,
someone that's just starting work, like this is her first full year, I believe, at this job. As somebody just starting out at a job, a teenager, what should they claim when they're living at home?
that's another good question. So as a teenager starting out, single, all that stuff, they on that Arizona tax, it's called an A4. It's an A4 form. On that, they should be putting 3.6%.
Okay.
They should be putting 3.6%. And on their federal, they should be putting 1. You know how the withholdings?
Yeah.
They should be putting 1.
Okay.
Those are the numbers they need to be at right there.
What did you say for Arizona again? 3.4?
3.6%.
3.6. Okay.
TT, put that in the notes, please.
I'm
Yeah,
putting it in right now.
they can get away with 2.7%, but just to be safe, I always say 3.6.
Okay.
And that'll give them most of their money back. Because my
Yeah,
daughter,
yeah.
my 19-year-old be hot, boy, when she would see $200 coming out her check, she'd be like,
Yeah, they get hit the hardest. They get hit the hardest.
dang, okay.
Yup. So 3.6% for the state and withholdings 1 for federal.
Okay. That's good info. I always
Now,
ask.
when can somebody file exempt?
I never really recommend anybody filing exempt. If your income is below 20,000 and you have a child or more, and you're filing head of household, then you can go exempt all year and get away with it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could end up going a whole year without it.
That's kind of cool.
Now, when do you not have to file? Is it 600 or more? So say for instance, because I'm like Lady B, I have different jobs and everything. Oh, we lost them again.
No, he's on.
So
Oh, okay.
so
Sorry, we lost Angela. So we have,
so
if there's different jobs,
yeah.
then that I'm doing, say for like Instacart, I only made $300. Because I started at the end of the year. Will I have to file that one or not? And what's the
So
amount that
if it's a 1099, if it's a business 1099, the guideline is any income you make from that, you have to file it. If it's just W-2s and you're working for an employer, you can go. The only time you have to file is if you pass the threshold, which is the standard deduction. So, if you're a W-2 worker and you're head of household, that means the standard deduction is 18,000. So if you made under 18,000, you don't have to file, but it's still beneficial for you to file.
Mm.
Yeah, but when you have a business and a 1099, those have to get reported. That income has to get reported.
And the reason why I asked that is because, like, I was, just inquiring with Instacart, and then I do DoorDash and stuff too. And Instacart sent me something saying you didn't make
A
over
certain amount.
600, so therefore we
We're
can't
not sending
send
you
you
that
a
form.
1099.
Yep, we're not sending you that form. You still got to file it.
Okay.
So in the Instacart account section, there's a page where it shows a summary of everything that you did for the year. That's what you need to print out.
Okay.
Yeah, because they do that. If you don't make a certain amount of things like 10,000, some people do 10,000, whatever. They're not going to send you a 1099. I don't know how they get away with that, but they won't send it. But there's still a summary in there that shows all of your income, your expenses, and your mileage, and that's what the tax person needs.
Cool.
Good to know, because I didn't know that either.
Great question.
Man, I'm telling you,
Great.
y'all asking all the important questions.
Look, we need our money and do things right. Look.
Mhm.
Thank you so
Now,
much, Chris. Not an
I'm
answer.
gonna touch on one more thing before y'all leave because it's the one thing y'all didn't ask. Y'all know about the PPP?
No. I've heard that acronym.
Semi, but not enough to, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since nobody got the PPP, I don't have to answer any questions about that. I'm glad nobody got that. It's the
Wait a
loan that they were giving to businesses.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's the loan. It's
Oh,
the
yes,
loan that they
yes,
were giving to businesses. So did anybody get any of that?
no, I didn't
We
get that.
didn't, but there may be some people out there that might.
I
So
ain't
if you
know
want to
that.
speak on
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay. So look, if you got the PPP, so there was a lot of people going out and getting these PPP loans. They had no business getting. They might have had like a little small business and they got like a $20,000 loan and all that stuff. Um, some people didn't even have businesses and they were creating fake businesses. They gonna come back and audit that stuff. It might not be now, but they're gonna come back and audit that stuff. Um, but another note, I'm sorry, another note on the PPP is that um, there's some forgiveness on that. So if you had wages that you paid other people or utilities, rent, then you can request forgiveness on those PPPs.
Nice.
So that's the main thing I wanted to touch on that.
That's cool.
So what if you, like, say, for instance, for this year, and you do get a PPP? Is there anything that we should know that or do before
Just
our next tax season?
yeah, but so if you get a PPP this year, make sure if you get a PPP, you're using it for business, and that's it. That's it. You make sure it's an investment. You're going to use it to help your business grow or keep you in business. That's the main thing I want to stress on the PPP. If it's out there and you can get it, but you don't need it, and you know you're going to use it personally, don't touch it. Don't touch it, because you're just going to put yourself in a hole.
Okay.
And is it okay to, use it for startup businesses or,
If you believe in
somebody
that
like
business,
DoorDash, stuff like that?
I wouldn't do it for DoorDash or anything like that. Like, but if you were starting up something um, that you were generating income through customers and sales and things like that, then yeah, I would use it for investment purposes like that. And you believe in that product, you believe in what you're about to do, yeah, go ahead and do it. But a lot of people were getting these loans and they were paying their personal rent, paying, buying stuff, going Christmas shopping with it. They're gonna have to owe that money back. And not only that, but the government, when they handed it out, they said they're gonna track those PPPs. They told you when you got it that it was only supposed to be used for business. So yeah, just be careful about getting those.
So the ones that are getting all those and stuff, they should save what? All their receipts, or what should they
Yeah,
do?
yeah, absolutely. They should be saving all their receipts, bank statements, everything that came from it. And when they came in that account, they should have just been using that account, for business. That's it.
Well, they can track that anyway. They can track that.
Yep. The government,
Yep,
that's their money.
yep. So that's another one of those
I can
things.
do that. I do. It's 20 grand. Sounds good towards my business right now, though. I just want
Yeah.
loans. I want more grants. Do you have any ideas or any input on getting some grants for small businesses?
What I would do. Okay, so you guys ever heard of score.org? ORG?
No.
Score.
If you got a business or you're looking into getting a business, that's the place to start. Everybody should be getting on score.org. I mean, they got so many resources for startup businesses. I'm talking about anywhere from how to create a business plan with example
Thank
templates
you.
and
Sarah.
videos and tutorials and all kinds of different stuff. And then not only that, but they have mentors. Like you can sign up for a mentor, somebody who's already successful in business or in that area, and they'll put you in touch with this person. And then they will reach out to you, you'll talk to them, and then they'll kind of point you in different directions and get you those connects. And then they have certain angel investors, and then they have certain grant Like that's the place you want to start.
Okay.
Score.org.
Or .org. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, you rock. Thank you for that.
That's the place every new business person should be at right there.
That's what's up. I got all kind of notes today, baby. Yeah,
Ah, man, I'm telling you,
so
y'all
much.
got some valuable information today.
Thank you.
Yes, we do.
Valuable.
We appreciate you. You guys have any questions out there in the TV world, or I mean, social media world?
Anybody? Instagram. You guys can drop it in Instagram. We can read it.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you guys having me. I'm glad I can help out. You can go look me up. If you find my Facebook page, you can message me on there. If you have any more questions or something
Can
like
we
that,
drop
my
the
stores, I have my one of my stores located on 83rd Avenue in Thomas, and the other one's located on 35th Ave in Camelback.
Okay.
And right now, tell us about like your hours. Are you doing physical? Are you doing virtual? How are
So
you?
yeah, so right now the hours are from 9 to 8, Monday through Saturday, and any way you want to do that tax return, we're doing it. So we do in person, we do by appointments, we do no call, no show. You know, you can come in, walk-ins, and we do fully virtual. All you got to do is download the Liberty Tax app, and once you download the app, it's super easy. You create your account, and then you can even set up appointments or send your documents through it, and everything will be done through there. And just make sure you pick my store if you end up trying to come, 83rd Thomas or 35th and Camelback. But we can do it all virtual. We can do it. We practice all the the personal protection equipment, all that stuff, and distancing and everything. So yeah, I mean, we can do it any way you guys need it.
Hey, Amanda. So, how much time should we put aside before we come in and do our taxes? How long does it normally take?
It is so it can vary, but we like to finish between 30 minutes to an hour on the tax return. If you don't come in and we're doing everything virtual, you'll never even feel any of that because we're doing it all on the side anyways.
Right.
So you won't feel anything if you do it virtual. I mean, I just heard you say Amanda. Amanda, I've been doing Amanda's taxes for what, 4 or 5 years now? And
Yes.
I think for the past 3 years, it's been virtual. She's in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So she don't have to feel none of the pain of sitting down all day. So some people really appreciate that and they like it. They like it even better. So
Convenience. Yeah.
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 So you basically you turn in all your documents. I call you up, tell you if you're missing something, what other opportunities and chances we can get on this tax return, have you do a little homework, and then you do it and then you send information back. And I'm done. Like we do the work on the other end, so you don't have to see it. But you're just you're chilling on the other side, and then you just DocuSign and all that stuff, and you're already finished up.
Nice.
Now, what about the advancements that you guys offer? Is there
Oh my
anything
goodness,
being able
yeah,
to get
no,
those and what we need or information about
that
that?
that advance is nice. It's up to $6,250, and you don't really need nothing else. You just got to finish up your tax return. There's no real qualifications really. I mean, they do a soft credit check, but it's not a hard check. So all they're doing is checking to see if your information is correct, if nobody's had any fraud on the account. People with low credit scores have gotten approved. Um, a lot of them. So they don't really check the credit scores. They're checking your information, but it's up to 6,250. Um, and you can get from 500 to that. So the advance, I mean, you can get that within 24 hours of your return being completed. And then when your refund comes, it just pays off the refund.
So with shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say.
How much are your fees, if you're allowed to tell?
So our fees will vary between from 100 to about 450. Um, but that's because there's EIC. There's so much liability that comes with the EIC, the advances and all that other stuff. Like all year, I was helping people with audits and this all this IRS crap that was going on. I was taking calls and taking care of people all year. So you're pretty much paying for the entire year. You're pretty much paying for somebody to have your back the whole year. So it's all included in that fee. And yeah.
Do you guys offer any other services like investment services, loan, like mortgages, anything like that? Just curious.
Yeah, I lose you.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you now. Yep.
Okay, go ahead again.
Do you guys offer
Oh,
other services?
is somebody asking the question?
Yeah, she said, do you guys have any other services that you
Uh,
offer, like investments or anything like that?
we mainly do taxes, but we also do notaries. We have um, we have insurance. Um, and there's a couple other partner companies that we do like credit repair. We have a program with roadside assistance and so those are the main programs right there.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. That was awesome. Great. I learned a lot. Did you guys learn a lot?
I learned.
I know we all were notes. And thank you, Tiara, for putting the notes and information in the comment section. We need that. You guys make sure that you tell your friends about today's podcast because it's very
Informative.
good information.
Yeah.
And we'll be putting Chris' information on, so we'll make a post with his information. So if you guys have any questions or anything, we'll tag him in it as well on IG. And we also have YouTube. So if you guys need to rewatch the show, we have it on Skirt Talk is our Facebook, our IG. Actually, the IG will probably go off, right? The IG doesn't keep or stay or something like that, right? Once we go off of live.
Well, you have to save it to IGTV.
Okay, I'll try to save it. If I don't know how to save it, sorry, y'all. I'm learning IG. So I'm a Facebook girl. So I'll save it. Try to save it. If I don't, then you'll have to go on Skirt Talk, which is on Facebook, and then our YouTube is Skirt Talk Show. So it'll be on there as well, and you can follow up on that and ask any questions. If you don't have a tax advisor, you guys better check out Chris.
Yeah.
Good information I haven't found out before.
Yep. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's been working with my little sister for, what did she say, 5 years? Yes, 5 years, and he is the best. Advance is the bomb. I get it every tax season. That was from Amanda. So, yeah, check him out. And I'm trying to think. I had a question and I can't think of what it was.
Yeah, that's what I did too. That's great. I think we're over our time anyway.
Yeah, so we'll definitely. Chris, do you, besides taxes, I know you said you guys do notary. Anything else that you have an expertise on, or your wife?
My expertise is in college counseling, FAFSAs, the financial aid stuff. That's why I was able to answer a lot of those questions. And mainly taxes, sometimes bookkeeping, and in insurance, not health insurance, but all the other insurances.
Okay. So with the FAFSA and all that type of stuff, do you have where, you charge a fee to help people and stuff?
So a lot of my clients have kids that are doing the FAFSA and things like that. I do it for free. If you're a client of mine, I do it for free.
Aww.
Nice.
Yep.
Hey, maybe
And and if you're a client of mine, I also help. I do like a one-on-one tax class for all of your kids. So if you ever want to send your kid up there to learn, what taxes are about, why they're important, and the next stage and what they should be doing, I do that too for free.
That's awesome.
Oh, and then Amanda was telling me that Liberty Tax offers other services, but I can't remember what she said. Do you know what she may be talking about?
Let's see. Besides the ones we already mentioned?
Yeah, she said that something, I don't know, that you could look up and you can do this and you can do that. And I'm like, what? Because I go to Liberty, but I go to a different location. And so Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
What?
mean, like they have the website, so you can basically keep track of all your records on there. You could turn in documents. I could send documents through there. Uh, I think that's what she's talking about.
Oh, yeah, because she was saying that you guys had some benefits of some stuff, and I don't know, I can't remember what she had said, and I'm like, what? Really? They do that? I was like, I didn't know. I've been going to Liberty all this time. I did not know that they did all
Oh
that.
man, I wish she was she. I think she was talking about like the credit repair and all that. We got
Yeah,
the credit
yeah, it
repair
was on the lines
company.
of stuff that. Yes.
Yep. Because we have some partners that we provide other services, and the way you get it is, when you file your tax return, you just sign up right there, and then the cost would just come off of that. We have telemed. Telemed is like a healthcare company. If you don't have healthcare, it's like a healthcare company through you have a private care online, and a doctor that you can call anytime, pretty much, if you're having issues or something like that. Um, and then we have again the roadside assistance. Those are the main ones. Those are the main three ones I usually promote or whatever.
Yeah, that's good.
Great, great. And we would love to have you again, maybe on like a FAFSA type of segment.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
And your other expertise would be great. And we definitely got to
Yeah,
see you next time.
yeah. I'll make sure.
We
Next
got to
time I'll make
figure it
sure
out.
I'm at my office. I'll make sure I'm at the office because I know the computers will be fine over there.
Okay. And
Okay.
that will be awesome. We really appreciate you coming on, taking the time out for that. Before I go, anybody that is watching and tuning in, go ahead and drop your Cash App into. We're going to be giving a giveaway, and we would like for you also to like, comment, and share. So if you're on IG, I don't know how you do it, but share our page, and we'll see the comments, I guess, right? That they shared our page. Look, why y'all keep
Yeah,
letting me talk
we'll
about
share.
IG? I don't know nothing about IG.
You're so
Yeah,
smart.
they can just
You got it.
share. They can just share to somebody else the Skill Talk page, and then we'll see it. We can go in there and see because it'll let us know that they shared our page.
Okay,
It'll
so
tag them, like whoever they shared it to. So if I share it to you, and then it'll let us know that they shared to these people.
Yeah.
you got until 10 p.m. to share the page and put your Cash App in. And how would they put their Cash App though? Do I have to make something on IG for them to drop their Cash App?
No, they put in the comments like they do on Facebook.
Yeah, there's some cash apps here, so you could just write these down, and then if
Yeah,
they
I have these, but because of IG, because like if I once I go off of live,
they can just drop it
then
in our DM too if you wanted them.
okay,
Yep. Send it to the Skirt Talk Show DMs. Your Cash
okay.
App.
So IG Skirt Talk Show DM. Facebook, you can comment, put in your comments, so drop your Cash App, but you must like and share and drop your Cash App for us, and then we'll go ahead and be sending out a Cash App gift to the winner.
Woo
So,
woo! Not mine.
All right. Don't forget about our challenge, guys. We had a challenge this week that we started this month. Ebony's going to tell us what it was.
so we started a healthy challenge, and so pretty much 2 to 3 times a week, we need to work out and get our heart rate up to, I forgot what Shantae said. It was like, I don't know, it was 100 something, but we got to get our heart rate up. And about 30 minutes to an hour, so completely up to you
I
if you
think it
want
was 20
an
minutes.
hour.
Don't be adding the whole hour on.
Not no 20 minutes. I said 30 minutes to an hour. Look, you take it away. So 30 minutes to an hour, and then try not to eat, fast food and stuff like that, and be healthy. Look, I've been bad. I got to get back because I did not work out not once last week.
I
So we're
did.
supposed to hold each other accountable and everything. So if you guys are out there and you want to do the challenge with us, please stay on me because I'm horrible at starting something. So I'm competitive. Maybe we need to throw some money in it. Like, then I'll really be doing it.
Is that a
So,
challenge?
Okay.
yeah. So we'll talk about that and we'll find out some other things that we may want to add to this challenge. But it's going until February, was it 4th? It was 1 month from last
Sunday.
Sunday. So
Sunday.
I don't have a calendar up on me right now. So, but if you guys want to join in, we'll be making comments on our Facebook page or IG page and letting you guys know how it goes.
1:30, Amanda said.
Chris, thank you for tuning in. Do you have any last words?
You're welcome. Hey, everybody, stay up on it. The best thing I can say is again, if you don't find me, and you don't have me do your tax return, find somebody you can trust that can do it. Try not to do it yourself. That's all I got to say.
Right.
Thank
Tell
you,
us again your locations again. One more time.
83rd Ave in Thomas, and then the other one is on 35th Ave and Camelback.
And you can do it virtual too. You just got to make sure you put in his address, his location.
Yeah, pick that store location.
Thank you so much. You have a great.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and commenting and liking and everything. So, hope you guys have a blessed week, and we'll be back next Sunday, 4 p.m. We might have Chris on next Sunday again, too. Look, we'll see what we're going to be talking about. All right. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Shout out.
Yeah, you guys.
Oh, and shout out to Sephora.
Bye,
Love you.
Sephora.
Miss
We
you.
miss you.
Praying for you. All right. Bye.